Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Mark Harmon doesn't ascribe to the world of celebrity. A Hollywood heavyweight, the actor 72 prefers to keep a low profile in California. Notoriously humble and extremely private, the TV star has become something of an enigma despite appearing in major blockbusters and becoming an NCIS legend. With that in mind, we are exploring the life and career of one of the Hollywood's most private actors, from his childhood in the spotlight to his sweet love story with Pam Dawber and the incredible act of heroism that changed a teenager's life forever. Here's what you need to know about the man, the myth, the legend. Mark hails from the illustrious Harmon family. His mother, Alice Enoch, was an established actress, model, and fashion designer with over 39 acting credits by the time he was born. Meanwhile, his father, Tom Harmon, was an American football player, military pilot, actor, and sports broadcaster. Asked about his childhood, Mark told TV Insider, "My parents kept things real. I had no idea they were famous. In fact, it didn't hit me until one day when I was riding in the car with my father in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I was maybe 8 and could barely see above the dashboard, and we stopped at the crosswalk. Suddenly, we were surrounded by people who recognized my dad and were really thrilled to see him. I remember looking at this man and I thought I knew so well and thinking, who are you?" One of 3 siblings, Mark grew up with 2 sisters, Kelly and Kristen. Following in their mother's footsteps, Kelly worked as an actress and model, appearing in Bay City Blues, Battlestar Galactica, and Chip. As for Kristen, the late actress and painter, was married to actor and musician Ricky Nelson for 19 years. Together, they shared 4 children. Kristen and Ricky eventually divorced in 1982. In April 2018, it was confirmed that Kristen had died of a heart attack at her home in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Her daughter, actress Tracy Nelson, shared the news. Mark had not intended to be an actor after graduating cum laude from UCLA in 1974 with a BA in communications. His sights were set on a career in advertising or law. Like something out of a movie, it was a random encounter with a total stranger that changed everything. Speaking to Men's Journal in 2018, Mark revealed that he had taken a job as a shoe salesman when he overheard a stranger's conversation on a flight. "When I was doing that shoe salesman job, I was coming back from Boston and I was sitting next to a 33-year-old who was talking about trying to make pension at 65, explained the A-lister. He was drinking his second martini by the time we were wheels up. He was miserable in his job and he was trying to maintain the job for another 32 years. I went home, got in my car, drove out to the place where I work and gave my notice." Shortly after, Mark's sister Kristen was able to get him his first acting job. At the time, Kristen was married to musician Ricky Nelson, and thanks to her in-laws, Uzi and Harriet, Mark was able to appear in a 1973 episode of Uzi's Girl. Following up with guest appearances in Adam 12 1975, Police Woman 1975, and Laverne and Shirley 1976, Mark went on to bag supporting roles in the feature films Comes Horseman 1978 and Beyond the Poseidon Adventure. It was in 1983 that Mark got his big break, cast as Dr. Robert Caldwell in the series ST. Elsewhere, the aspiring actor played the role for 3 years. During this period, his career truly blossomed and he was even named People magazine's sexiest man alive in 1986. Finally on the map, Mark went on to star in Summer School 1987, The Presidio 1988, Crossfire Trial 2001, and Freaky Friday 2003, among others. But the best was yet to come. Mark was cast as Special Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs in 2003. The actor, then 52, had already established himself in Hollywood, but little did he know how popular the show would become. Over 18 years, Mark became an NCIS legend. Chatting to Larry King in 2014, the actor credited the cast and crew with the show's enduring success. "You know, I think we have worked really hard," he said. "It was not always as successful as it is now, and I think a lot of people are responsible for that. I think it's important on this show how people are treated, and you have got to give credit to the cast and the crew." While Mark decided to leave NCIS in 2021, he remains a producer and he's also planning to reprise his role in the prequel series NCIS Origins. Mark didn't get off to a great start with his NCIS co-star Michael Weatherly. In 2020, 4 years after he had left the drama, Michael revealed that the two had initially clashed on set. "Mark Harmon and I were on different poles," he told the Futon critic. "I was Antarctica, he was the North Pole, and we were just looking down there going, what is up with your polarity? What's going on? The water goes down the drain and the other way for me. He was confused by my presence right from the get-go," added Michael. When CNN Showbiz Today, or one of those things, asked what was the best part about doing the pilot when we were doing the upfronts, I said I got a rubber gun and I got a fake badge. Harmon looked at me like, "That is your CNN answer?" And I was like a little kid who had won too many balls of Count Coca-Cola. These days, Michael and Mark are in far better terms, and after becoming the lead of Bull in 2016, Michael was illuminated and finally understood Mark's stance on the show. "It's been very illuminating and giving me a great deal of insight and regard for what Mark Harmon was doing all those years," he said. "When I was like, how come he doesn't doesn't have as much fun as the rest of us. During his time on NCIS, Mark had another famous feud, specifically with Pauley Perrette, following the actress' decision to depart. The show in Series 15 reports quickly emerged of a falling out with series lead Mark. The two stars illegally clashed behind the scenes in 2016 after the Gibbs actor brought his dog to set, where it bit a crew member, leaving him needing 15 stitches. In Pauley Perrette's case, there was an incident with the show with the dog. The dog was Mark Harmon, and apparently the dog bit someone. Pauley was a huge SPCA, Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animal person, and then the dog kept coming with Harmon, and she felt it was not safe for the show, executive producer Charles Floyd Johnson revealed. By the end of that year, she just felt like it was not working for her anymore and it was time to move on. Mark has never addressed the reports, and as of 2020, Pauley has retired from acting. Mark fell for Mock and Mindy actress Pam Dawber in 1986. Speaking to People in November, the actor explained that a mutual friend had intended to set them up on a group date, but preferring a more direct approach, he decided to take the reins. I said, can I just call? Can I get a number and just cold call? And so I did. He recalled, I got the number and I called and I got an answering machine and I started to leave a message that said, we don't have to all go out. We could get a cup of coffee or something. And then she was monitoring and she picked up. She went out that night and we are together ever since. Almost a year to the day, Mark and Pam tied the knot in 1987 and they have since welcomed two sons, Scene 35 and Ty 31. The duo, who live in the quiet life in California, recently celebrated their 36th wedding anniversary. An extremely private couple. While Mark rarely divulges details about his family life in interviews, he has mentioned Pam on occasion, declaring that there's no secret to a happy marriage. Mark told People, we laugh. We got to laugh and you got to talk and communicate. That's the fun part. Do we sit and talk about it? No. Maybe you just get fortunate and find the right one. We share many things and yet we are really different. When he's not on set, Mark has a collection of rings that he likes to wear on his wedding finger. I wear it or a few others I have because when I'm not shooting, I like to make sure I have something on my ring finger because I'm proud to be married and I'm proud of who I am married to. He shared in 2019. I'm just so proud of her. We are not crying. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, share, comment and subscribe.